So we've picked up a DJI Mini 3 Pro drone and a Fly More kit, and this is a fantastic little drone to get started if you've got the budget to do so, because they are a little bit pricey, but you don't need a license to fly it. It's 1 gram under 250 grams. I think the rule is anything under 250 grams, you don't need a license, you don't need training, you can just get out of the box and start flying it. So this is a great little starter drone. You get this little soft bag, but I don't think that's going to quite cut it. So in today's video, we're going to work out a better way of storing it, and with Shadow Foam you can have the contents entirely bespoke, entirely custom, and it works out the same price if not cheaper, especially if you're already using Shadow Foam for some other stuff and you've got a few offcuts. This is the perfect little application for it. So we'll get all this stuff out and see what we've got. So just to walk you through everything that came in this kit, we've got the DJI Mini 3 Pro here, and then we've got the controller. Now this can mount a phone on the top of it. We'll figure out the details later. We've got the charge leads, we've got some spare props, we've got a little screwdriver for changing the props, and then we've got 2 batteries which came in the Fly More kit with the triple bank charger, and we've got the little soft bag which we'll use for spares, but we'll be putting all of this in a foam insert. So all we need now is a case that's going to be nice and efficient and house all of this stuff. Now these batteries can live in the charger to save a bit of room. And we are going to pick up a few more batteries, so we can factor in 1 more battery there, maybe a spot for another battery. And so we don't need much of a case really, something quite thin that's going to hold all this stuff. So let's see what we've got. Right, so I had a mooch through all of the boxes and bags and kits we've got, and I found this one, which is absolutely perfect because this drone isn't actually for me. This is for my brother-in-law, who has bought it and then had it shipped to me so we can put an insert together for him. And his favourite colour is orange. So it's kind of ideal that we've got this bag here, which is, I love this style of backpack. There's loads of these different styles on Amazon, and essentially it's a very classic backpack looking backpack. It's a very classic backpack, but the panel on the front unzips and folds down to give you just one big flat cavity. Now they come with these little like velcroed in dividers, and the idea is that you can kind of divide up your camera gear, but we'll lose that. And now we can cut a piece of Shadow Foam into here. And the best thing about it is as well, these bags are a little bit flimsy. They feel a bit weak and a bit, you know, not great, even though they do have some buffer protection around the side. But as soon as we add a piece of Shadow Foam in there, it's going to go really rigid, it's going to hold its shape, and it's going to protect the gear far better than those dodgy little dividers. So that's absolutely perfect. I've got a piece of 70mm foam here. This is an offcut. You'd order this from our custom size page where we've got 30, 50 and 70mm foam in any size you want in any of the 7 colours. But you can also pick up value packs. They're 600mm by 420mm sheets in packs of 3 or 5, so they're the best value you can get. But we've also got some bigger and smaller sheet options too. So shadowfoam.com, you can pick up this foam and do exactly the same as what I'm doing now. So all we need to do now is cut a 70mm piece of foam to go in there. Yeah, and then we can start getting this stuff organised. So let's get the insert cut. Right, so when it comes to making an insert for a case like this, a bit of a weird shape, we've done a few different methods in the past. We can pour salt in that, take a photograph of it, then digitize the shape, print it out. Probably a bit more complicated than we need to do with this. It's actually a far simpler method we're going to do. But with this one, we've actually got a template attached to the bag, which is the lid. The lid is the perfect template for us, so we can fold that over and we can cut round it, and that'll give us the insert. So that's all we need to do for this one. Now this piece of offcut that we've got here is actually a scrap from our machine, where the machine was cutting an insert and for some reason it went wrong. So we'll lose that piece. And now we've got a bit of an oddball shape. Little projects like this are a good way to use up odds and ends of Shadow Foam. If you've placed a big Shadow Foam order, or you've ordered some value packs or standard sheets, and you've got a few bits left, then maybe get your drone organised, or little gadgets and gizmos and things like that that you can get protected and organised. So all we need to do is fold this lid over the top of the foam, and then we're just going to trace cut around it. We just want to make sure we're cutting around the stitched seam rather than the zip. And then once we've got the rough shape, we can always then just trim it and make sure we've got a nice snug fit all the way around. But it really is as simple as it looks. The best thing about Shadow Foam is it is quite forgiving. It's flexible foam, so we'll be able to squeeze it into the case, and if it's a bit tight, we can just trim a bit off, and that'll be absolutely fine. Right, so I'm nearly all the way around now. We're not cutting all the way through at this point, we're just using this like a pencil. So I'll reel that back. You can notice that I lined up the straight flat edge with the straight edge here, and now all we have to do is go back round and just cut a little bit deeper. Just follow that arc around. Now, I'll be surprised if this fits first time. I don't think it will, but we'll be pretty close, and that's all we need at this stage. using to cut this foam insert is one of our scalpels. Now these come included in our cutting kits, which are bundled in with orders as well. If you spend a certain amount on the website, you'll get a free cutting kit, and that comes with anti-cut gloves, like I've got on here, shadow foam, anti-cut gloves. It also comes with a scalpel, it comes with repair glue, and it comes with spare blades. So everything you're gonna need to get going with shadow foam. Right, so that took a few passes, but eventually you get all the way through, and we've got our roughed out shape. So we'll put that to one side, and we'll do a bit of a test fit. We'll see how close we are. I can feel already that's a bit too tall, so we're gonna have to chop some length off the top, but the width is pretty good. Now the other thing is, we need to put a radius along the bottom, because you can see there's a stitch seam in the bottom, and it tapers in a little bit. So we also want to make sure that our angle goes in rather than out. We don't want it to bulge in at the bottom. So we've got a little bit of tweaking to do. The first thing is, let's make sure we've got the right length. So we're just gonna lose a little bit off the top. Right, so it's taking a little bit of tailoring this to get it to fit, but it's always the way with an organic shape like this. Obviously these bags are made from a template, but they are made freehand on a machine. So there is a little bit of organic shape to them. So we've had to kind of trim off a few mil at a time off each side, and then I've trimmed a few mil off the bottom until it fits really tightly all the way around, which is exactly what we wanted. Because we've got this stitch seam I've mentioned along the bottom, you do need to put a radius cut all the way along the bottom corner, because otherwise when you put the insert in the case, it'll be held off the bottom basically, because those kind of stitch seams are going to hold the foam up, and we want it to sit flat in the bottom. So next job is we can cut everything in. We can do the layout, take a photo of it, and then cut everything into the foam. Right, so I think we're going to go for a nice simple layout. We're going to have the controller in the top center. I think that's going to look really cool in the case, and also we're going to have a load of space underneath this, and that's where we can add stuff like the little props, because they're only small. This, like I say, it's not for me, this is for somebody else, and they wanted space for 5 batteries. So we've got 3 in the charger, we're going to put space for 1 extra one below, and then we've got 1 in the actual drone itself, which will give us 5 batteries. So let's get started. Right, so that is all done, and I'm really happy with how that's turned out, but I know that was a bit quick. So just to talk you through what I've done there, we've literally just laid all the items out where we wanted them, and then using the scalpel that comes in the cutting kit, we've drawn around them lightly with the scalpel. We've used it like a pencil, so we've just gone around the profiles and just cut a few mil into the foam. Then once we've done that, we can move the item out of the way, press down on the foam, and then make that cut as deep as we need it. And then we've literally just pushed our fingers down the side of the cut to peel back layers. Now I've been doing it a fair bit, so I'll usually peel back 3-4 layers in one go, but you can peel back layer by layer, and that's the exact same technique we use for the drone and for the batteries. And we've gone for 5 batteries in the end, so we switched up the design a little bit, but what we've gone for is the charging station with 3 batteries and then 2 extra slots there, and that gives it a really nice balanced look, I think. We've also added finger pulls to the side of the drone and to the controller to make it easier to get the items in and out. And we've done that using one of our stencil kits. These are available on the website, shadowfoam.com, and they just make it dead easy for doing radiuses on cases or for doing finger pulls. So I love these. They're a very cheap little item that do make the job a little bit easier. We also added a little bit of a storage area underneath the controller, and that's because this drone came with some spare props and a little screwdriver, and if I was to cut them in the surface, it might spoil the look really, and also they might just fall out. So as we just cut around the base of this charger, it was like the perfect size really. So we just peeled back a few more layers, and we've made a nice little cavity there for some spares. So all we've got to do now is test fit it in the case and then send it off to its new owner, and hopefully he likes it.
Later that same evening.
Right, so we finished off the case and Evan's arrived. Here you go, mate. Do you want to have a look? It's, what colour's your favourite?
Orange.
It is indeed. Bang. Orange. Backpack. Probably not exactly what you expected, but we had a bit of a think.
That's really...
You said 5 batteries, didn't you?
Yeah, that's really clever. That's what I wanted with the 5 batteries.
So we have actually charged them for you as well, so you can get straight to work.
Free and
we've put a card in there for you as well, so you can hopefully get a shot of the unit, and then it'll look good. So we've cut the handle in and then put a little gap underneath for the props and stuff. Yeah. And then we've got the drone with some like finger pulls, and then we've done the leads are just in here. So this little bag is something we quite like backpacks. Just something a bit different, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Fab.
Amazing. Thank you very much.
No worries. Happy days, Evan.
Thank you very much.